to The Health Affair, a bite-sized podcast where we talk about what's healthy, what's unhealthy, and everything in between. Remember, this is the only guilt-free affair that you must end up having. And I'm your host, Shweta. What is up, people? Here's a quote that I came across a few years back. Behind every young kid who believes in himself are his parents who believed him first. That's right. Today's episode is all about our relationship with our parents. But before we dive in, this is what I need you to do. First and foremost, I want you to remember all the good old memories that you've had with them. Everything that's happy, joyous, and puts a smile on your face. It could be a childhood memory of going to parks or having ice cream late nights. Or maybe a recent one, like having a heart-to-heart conversation about something that deeply concerns you. Now, I do understand that some of you might not share a very strong bond when it comes to one of your parents, but there still might be a moment or two where you really looked up to them and learned from them. And I want you to think of that particularly, because as kids, we've always grown up idolizing our parents. They are the first human interaction that we ever have, even before we begin to understand the world around us. As we grow, we learn about every little thing around us single-handedly through our parents. Good or bad, every ounce of knowledge, right from being able to utter words in our native language to learning how to walk. They are our pioneers for growth in every aspect of life. Later on, as we start going to school, we keep bugging them about every little thing that sparks curiosity. Most of the times, they are able to answer them. Sometimes they couldn't. In which case, they'd ask you to get back to you later only to find the answer, and I think that's super cute. So, how do we end up in situations where having a good conversation with them becomes difficult? As we enter puberty, the real test of our relationship begins. Cause we're at that stage where we start relying less on our parents and want to become more independent but aren't really though. Also, there's this huge hormonal change happening in our bodies. So yeah, they understand if we get agitated at something stupid or get ecstatic about things that won't even matter in a few years. And here is where it all starts. We start taking them for granted, not understanding the fact that all that they do for us, be it paying for our college fees or getting us our favorite phone, is not out of responsibility but out of love. And even if it is out of responsibility, don't you think we have some duties to abide towards them? We start having our first arguments, first fights with them. Of course, there are going to be differences of opinions, and there are times when many of us don't really get over it. For some of us, luckily, this situation improves over time as we enter our 20s. But for most people, it doesn't and keeps worsening. We feel it's almost impossible to talk to them, let alone having some elaborate discussion. Here is how you can make it all better, one step at a time. Number 1. Involve them in all the important decisions you make. Trust me when I say this, they know it better when it comes to making life decisions. Also, here's a quick insight of my own when it comes to people. What makes us really us? There could be a lot of factors involved, but mainly it comes down to 4 attributes. A. The way we were brought up. B. Our experiences. C. The genes that were passed on. And D. The people that surround us. And this is how our parents are made too. They are more experienced with all the good and bitter moments in life. We could really learn a thing or two from them when it comes to decision making. I mean, I look up to my parents when it comes to being far-sighted because I feel as youngsters we are definitely visionary, but we could be short-sighted at times. Life might throw any snowball at us, but we wouldn't know how it would go down. Whereas our parents in most of the cases can predict the end outcome because of their experiences. And yes, of course the end decision has to be our own, given the fact that we don't want to blame anyone if it turns out to be bad. But taking a different view from our parents won't hurt us, right? Number 2. Turn hot arguments into humor. Humor is something that always helps. I learned this the hard way, but laughing it out makes talking about it so much easier. Wish I had known this long back, but now that I do, I make sure I use this every time any conversation starts taking a wrong turn. Number 3. Generation gap is a trigger word. For God's sake, do not use that word. Conditioned in a different manner since childhood, they have always been imposed with the idea of fitting in. These chains, limitations have been tightened around their hearts by the society for a long time now. It will definitely break someday, but it will take time. A few months or maybe even years. So be patient. That is the least you can do for them. Number 4. Make them understand your priorities in life. Be it choosing a different path of career or choosing a partner for life, it was different back then for them and it is different for us now. But letting them know your why behind it will make it easier to understand your view and they will be more accepting of your choices after that. Using trigger words or slangs like "aapke zamane mein alag tha" is only gonna hurt them. Choose your words very wisely. Number 5. If you have mental health issues, as most of us nowadays are facing it, I can vouch for this one thing. Go live with your parents. There is no better advice I can give. It's been more than 4 months now I've been living with these amazing people and I couldn't be more grateful. Number 6 and the last one. Here's something I heard while watching this Disney movie Frozen. Love is putting someone else's need before your own. And by this, I mean try to get in their shoes for a while, understand their perception, and act maturely. They deserve being loved more than any other person in your life. And this brings us to the last segment of our today's episode QOTD. And that is the question of the day. So, here it is.
Why is it necessary to put yourself and your peace even before your parent?
This question is asked by the first friend that I made at my graduation college, Kalyani Nalavde. Hi there, Kalyani, and thank you for this question. All that we do in life is to seek peace and happiness. Really subjective, and it is not selfish at all. Also, I feel nobody could attain ultimate peace after putting our loved ones through a certain ordeal. At such times, n number of factors come into play, like what is the point of disagreement, what kind of parents do you have, and by that, I mean how open are they to newer perspectives, as that can vary enormously, and how gracefully can you put up your choices and communicate with them. There would be certain situations where you and your parents wouldn't agree and might not end up in a really good spot. So, here's what you can do. If you aren't sure about what you're saying, try weighing it into pros and cons, while also considering your parents' perspective, as it would be a choice that's safe and filled with a lot of experience. But if you truly believe in what you say, try to find a negotiating factor. Keep pushing little by little and further it into something that could be agreed upon by both of you. And if this approach fails too, you might just go and do what feels right to you. At the end of the day, make sure you win at what you do and come back home to see them beaming with pride. And that is how you put yourself and your peace even before your parents. On this note, we are at the end of today's episode. Tell me what you liked and disliked. Was there something that provoked you to think? You can drop us a message on our mail, thehealthaffair101@gmail.com, or on our Instagram handle, thehealthaffair.in. You can also connect to us on our Facebook page, The Health Affair, and our Twitter page, HealthAffair101. All your feedback and suggestions matter just the way you matter to me. Thank you so much for listening, and I'd see you on Friday with a fresh and hot out of the oven episode. Until then, adios!